And if they can't right this ship, that raises long-term future concerns for the potential of this roster. Yes, they've won the world, but they can't win domestically. Why are they able to do it internationally and yet not on home soil? But with that being said, why don't we get into the vetoes here, Nate? Start talking about where we're going to play, because it is a little bit different, and we're actually hopping right in onto map number 1. So spoiler alert for the veto. It's up on the top right of the screen. It'll be there every single free time. Mirage, Anubis, and Vertigo, with paiN picking into Anubis, and that makes a lot of sense there. 13-0, so lacking of solid.
The map setup has changed. Normally when you have a rematch in these best of threes, it's typically the exact same veto. Not the case here. Yesterday it was Anubis, Vertigo, Inferno. This time it's Mirage, Anubis, Vertigo. So Anubis and Vertigo have been shifted down one map, and first will instead be Mirage. Still a very similar veto, but still, Mirage is a big spanner in the works. Nonetheless, a map that both teams should know. Early contact towards A, if I'm not mistaken, but the T set is spread out all over the map, and in fact, they've gone for a very sophisticated play, a bait and switch. They found something over towards A. Now they have the B site and the bomb to dirt. Full 5 versus 5. Not sure why there's an X on A for the CT side, but that's clearly not the case. Misfit finds the opener. Quickly traded, though, from the window, and NQZ drops Ale as well. This defensive team Solid is slowly being picked apart. Looks clearing the wrong side, though. A 50-50 not going his way. Gives Destiny an opening. Destiny a double as well before Katowice can swing and get the trade. That leaves just NQZ in a 1v2. Time is of the essence as well, and I don't think there's a kit in play. Oh, there was right outside the door. BBB, though, puts him to dirt and gets Team Solid at the pistol round.
Yeah, Solid winning the pistol, getting the bomb plant was going to be a victory in and of itself. So just icing on the cake there for Team Solid. A very thoughtful and cerebral pistol round. And good start for them on Mirage. paiN, though, wanting to flex their muscles early in this series, are going in for the full force buy. 357s at MP9 and the Scout for NQZ. The MP9 up close and personal at ramp has to be careful of a trade, but that's exactly what you want. 1 kill plus damage. Scout tag onto Destiny. Might put Katowice forward. He'll see a flash come from up top, knowing there's more players around. Dodges the second flash. Sprays away for another. And NQZ has a third as well. Chiming in on the round. Katowice with 3 total. NQZ with 1. And Misfit now 1 last player standing. paiN wanted to flex the individual prowess they possess over the likes of Solid. They have done just that, as Misfit tries to shuffle AKs away, expecting a possible flank. Now just throws one over the map. That's, I think, a really smart play, just trying to get rid of the rifles, as they will hunt him down, and that one AK will not be salvageable. Still, an AK and a Galil picked in for paiN. No money for Solid. That's a brutal second round for this team, trying to upset paiN once again. And that may just be a trendsetter and a tone setter for how paiN wants to play the rest of the series.
In your face, aggressive, coordinated, that Scout covering the backside of the MP9 to get that damage and trade. Very well set up from paiN, and again, maximizing the success of that SMG up close, getting it 3 kills total before it finally falls. That's the round in and of itself. Very solid response, riposte from paiN. We're now onto a majority rifles with that 1 Scout for NQZ. Weapon already proving to be very meddlesome indeed. Team Solid spread out, very passive, holding for that ramp press like the round prior, holding for an underpass press, hopefully to come through, and 1 just spotting passive top middle. paiN know they have every advantage. They'll play relatively aggressive with Big U down in bottom middle. They aren't going to force the issue anywhere, meaning that Team Solid will have to make the play instead. Smokes towards A. It's another bait and switch, though. The bomb is underpass. They aren't necessarily committing towards A as of yet. paiN aren't biting either. Still holding middle. Sure, they rotated 1 over towards A, but they're still maintaining control of the majority of the map. Solid will slowly begin to inch out of the crevices, but can they actually get into the site? That's the question. Messy spray from Katowice, recovered by his teammate. He'll reload. DRG is down for the count. Misfit tagged as well. Snow clears the player's connector. Can't quite get the shot on the first, but spots 1 chair. Does good damage there as well. He needs to be very careful. Double dinked by Deagles to put him in. Back to even footing, 4 versus 4, but Team Solid seem dead set on A, and that might be their undoing. 3 players are here. The bomb is now down in connector, and yeah, that should be the round as a result. 2-1, paiN take a second. They do lose 1 rifle in the process.
And that was the AK, too. The AK is not recovered, and you want to have the one-shot headshot machine on the CT side as much as possible. And unfortunately for paiN, they will not have it. Solid. Not going to be able to invest anything to this next round, though. Should mean an easy third for paiN Gaming. A pop, Palace pop on the cards here for Solid. All 5 training through and ready to ruin Callous' day. That smoke's not going to stop him. He sees 1, 2, 3 popping through, tries to corral the spray, needs some help, and Big Uzetta comes through for the last pair. But overall, nobody even got off the balcony there for Solid. And a good read by Callous to pick up on the cues that maybe, just maybe, they're all going to train out.
Knows their money's going to be dour. Knows they went for the forest bind and pin out. Makes sense they're going to go for some sort of bomb plant play. Of course, it falls completely flat. paiN building up a CT economy very quickly thanks to these 2 near flawless rounds. Solid still having to make concessions in their investment because of the lack of bomb plants. Galil for DRG leaves a lot to be desired. Quite a few players lacking utility at this stage as well for this T side. A very early lean towards A for the T side. It is the right read, at least for the moment. There's no one on A. It's hands off from the CT side. Cody will come through. Kawes will make the call. He won't force a fight. He'll instead just wait for rotations. I like it. Play this as a retake. I love it as well. Player CT spawn, tries to pop the smoke. It's caught, but Kawes through the box finds a trade. Bit of chaos before the bomb goes down, but again, paiN aren't forcing the issue through this utility. They're just waiting instead for the T side to get overextended.
Yeah, bomb goes down here, and that's an easy blindside for Kawes to do a lot of damage. Can't quite get the kill, but Snow will eliminate the stairs player in Destiny. GBB 1, but only 1 as Big Uzetta through. Triple box sprays him down. Kawes is not reloaded. He's still sitting on the deagle right now. The nade will finish off Misfit, who picked up the op, and Ale, last man standing, moves from fire to default. Back turned. And now guesses the right direction. Here's the footsteps. Line up, not even going to matter. Instant headshot delivered by Kawes. Defuse comes through with enough time to get that in. Op salvaged up. And paiN. 4 rounds in a row off the bounce. Bit of a more chaotic round, but in the end, paiN never really seemed to lose control in that situation, which is the scariest part for Solid, considering they had full site control with 5 alive.
The closest round Team Solid have had yet. They do good damage, but paiN are just playing the trade game. They're setting up their top frags. By the way, there's 2 heavy hitters currently. Kawes and Big Uzera at 10 and 8 respectively. Setting them up for success, playing the trade game. Even if it is expensive, it doesn't matter because they had so much money built up in the bank, as I highlighted in a prior round. Pistols for Team Solid. Half buy, facilitated by the bomb plant at least. Their Palace pop on the cards. Some split in con. Kawes good for 1 spot. The second does so much damage. His teammates here to support as well. Just GBB. He's a Delpan in the corner. He'll get a gift of 1 with the 1 dig. Try to isolate a bit more. 2 more kills would do fairly well in putting a dent into the economy. But Lux, quick on the flank. It's the kill with ease. Another near flawless one for paiN.
Another near flawless, and just the way that paiN are supporting on this A site in particular, since there really hasn't been a B round aside from the pistol from Solid, is very fun to watch. There's always a player supporting Kawes who's playing in a different position every single time. And he's just holding his lines, utilities going out, pretty stock standard stuff. Kawes will go to one spot or another. He'll have teammates to support if he has contact. And paiN are just playing a very good CT side, going through the motions, doing what they need to do, checking off the boxes, following the protocols, and Solid are left wondering what they can do. They've gone to a default now. A 2-1-2 default, 1 underpass, 1 apps, 1 mid, and then 2 towards A. Starting to get a little bit more control through the middle side of things with the underpass player GBB converging. Kawes will not spot anything. Bigu was there as well. They will both leave mid alone. Kawa's going back to it now. We'll see snowfall in mid window. That will put Kawas into a position where he might want to push. They'll spot out one. GBB peeking with nade in hand. Destiny re-aggressing, somehow able to evade the crosser of Kawas, who now falls 2-for-1 trade out in middle, favoring solid. Lux, though, still here on the A site, as Big Ozetta towards CT as well. The op of NQZ is not going to factor into this unless it comes down to a 1 versus X retake for him. It's mostly going to be on Lux here, who will be cleared out first, but he will not fall. More utility going in, smoke to buy some time as Bigu's mollied out of position. Lux drops now. Bigu has a lot of work to do. So does NQZ, who does not shoot. Waits for the next opportunity, but it's all up to him now, and he'll just have to save as Big Ozetta falls without finding one more.
Yeah, he was spotted as well. Destiny knows. Doesn't want to commit to the fight, just instead of locking him out of window. Makes sense. Forces his hand into a save, as you mentioned. Finally, Team Solid get back into the driver's seat. They lost 5 in a row on a slide. Finally get a second. Question is, will this be a sign of something more to come, or will it just be a blip on the radar? Can they secure a second in a row? Big question. Team Solid historically struggle on their T side of Mirage. 40.6% win rate. Both teams historically struggle on this T side specifically, but Solid far more so.
And the thing is, too, you look at the numbers for paiN, and yeah, they don't exactly have the best T side of Mirage. Look at the teams they play. Mouse, Virtus Pro, FaZe, G2, who just won Blast right there. Mongols, Cloud9, BetBoo. These are the teams which paiN is picking up wins on these maps for. So I think a 48% win rate on the T side is a little more justified.
Understand
in that respect.
Also a double-edged sword. How many times have we seen a team, I'm thinking specifically of 9Z in this case for South America, they go on their international stints, come back, and then struggle domestically? Because the style is just simply different. Mm-hmm. They're more well-rounded. Feels kind of like an insult, but they're more well-rounded, less aggressive. Rebut to the international scene simply doesn't match up well versus the aggressive, in-your-face Brazilian style.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a problem that's unique to South America, too.
It really feels like it, because when the North American teams go international, they just continue to dominate in their scene.
Mm-hmm.
Europe is basically the international scene, I hate to say.
It is the international scene.
Yep. Well, I have to agree. I think Brazil is well poised in that respect. Early duels in middle again favor Team Solid. 2-for-1 trades, and another secured for GBB through a smoke as Kawa has dropped. Lux has a lot to do on the B side as the anchor. He's found one. He knows the second is likely in apartments. Falls back, weary of a window play. Right call.
GBB.
Will he clear this close right corner? The answer is no. The op of NQZ at least gives himself something to work with. He actually dropped the bomb.
Yeah, 20 seconds, too. This is winnable.
1v2, both coming from the same direction. NQZ.
He's been silent.
Isn't a ramp? It's a perfect play for him to get the clutch. A 1v2. Bomb going down. He spots him as the smoke
that's
blooms.
The round.
That is the round done and dusted, but GBB could race him down. GBB, no! He dies before time, which means he'll get his loss bonus. There's money. But he won't be successful in saving the round for his team.
Yeah, NQZ getting the boost in that round of dropping the bomb in the open. The smart reposition, walking while scoped. For some of you out there who are newer to the game watching this, if you are scoped in on the op, you don't have to shift walk. It automatically shift walks for you, so you're silent. NQZ takes advantage of that, does not unscope the op, does not want to make that noise, walks silently into ramp, plays it so well, waiting for the sound cues to make his play. It's a veteran play from NQZ, an experienced play. And it clutches up big time for paiN. Damage going against Team Solid as they eat the utility in the early going.
It's going to make a break round for Team Solid as well.
Really
All
is.
their money is invested. They're lacking some utility. They lose this round. Also, if they don't get a bomb plant, they're going to be on virtually a full save against a 7-2 scoreline for paiN.
8-2, 9-2, 10-2 possible.
Yeah. Straight walk underpass. They shift gears. 4 players here. 1 top middle. NQZ tagged down to 3. The player catwalk. Ooh, a whiff spray for Snow. He will recover with 1, but not a second. Op of Misfit as well, holding the line in connector. That's the Op duel 1. And what looked like a desperate push from Team Solid yields a 2-man advantage. Kyle is in window. 1, 2. Not quite the third, but he should know he's likely there. Destiny actually distracts for Ale, who's in window. Leaves the B anchor of Lux in a clutch, a 1v2 clutch at that. Press up catwalk, a little bit of utility. That jump should be heard.
Such is the life of a B anchor.
Jungle player tucked. Lux shouldn't be long for this world, but Ale isn't peeking. Went his back triple. One's playing CT deep, spotting market.
He's gonna save.
Yeah, clearing ramp with no one there. Actually, he's doubling back. He wants to go for it. It's not planted for the player jungle, so if he was on it faster, it might have been possible. No, Lux won't force the issue. Unable to find anything, he'll just fall back. Third on the round, or third on the board, excuse me, for Solid. And they have done well to whittle away this economy of paiN. QZ still has a good amount in the bank, but if he wants the off, it's going to be chipped away very quickly. So paiN are kind of at the end of their economic rope as well. If they lose one, they're likely going to be on a save. And that would give Solid the opportunity to make this a decent half by most metrics.
Yeah, 5 rounds would be very good for Solid. 6 would be fantastic. Of course, it's a bit of an ask, getting 4 in a row to close out the half. But Solid's unorthodox playstyle as far as paiN is concerned is seeming to catch them off guard again, too. And that's the thing with Mirage. It's so puggy that that kind of style has a lot more impact. I feel like, ooh, that's a great duel won by Destiny, too, onto Snow, who just kind of fell asleep at the wheel there. DRG and Ale combine onto Katowice as well. How? Where's the comms? Big Uzera's not aware of the possibility of a player charging out.
Didn't expect the play. Expects him to be more concerned about window, but Lux has already given that up to another adversary. 2 versus 5. NQZ and Lux are likely going to try to save, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Steps are heard by the player jungle. GBB's up cat. Team Solid should have both these players dead to rights. Op walks out. Free one for a GBB. Market is known to be here. DRG actually finds the kill, not Ale, who I would have expected to swing. 4 to 6. And a broken CT economy means Team Solid likely have a 5th and maybe even a 6th if they can maintain the momentum. That sort of scoreline at half would be far from what we would have expected just a couple rounds prior.
Yeah, paiN are getting overwhelmed by hyper-aggressive, incredibly fast pushes from Solid. A couple duels, one here and there, scaling into taking people out. And paiN are not expecting these plays and these pushes. It's the how can our enemy know what we're doing if we don't know what we're doing kind of idea. And I'm not saying that Solid don't know what they're doing. Solid know exactly what they're doing. It's controlled chaos. And it's working wonders. The fast B rush too, are you going to expect that if you're paiN on a full pistol round? No, of course you're not. Who B rushes against a potential pistol stack? That's what paiN's thinking. No one's gonna do that. Solid are like, they're not gonna expect this. It's games within games, it's plans within plans, it's layers on layers, it's 5D chess. And Solid are on pace to tie this up for a 6-6 half.
On pace and well poised to do so. It's funny. We talk about a matchup like this where one team is very clearly favored in terms of stats. When a team like paiN with international forays is going up against domestic competition. Typically say paiN need to get out of their own heads and play their aggressive classic style. In fact, the opposite works for Team Solid. Team Solid are playing their aggressive, no holds barred, chaotic style, and it's catching out paiN Gaming instead, so as you mentioned, a 6-6 half seems like a distinct possibility at this stage for the T side. We were expecting at one point a 10-2. This is how dire things look. paiN trying to change things up. Boost up Big Uzera in towards the ladder. Like the early call, but Destiny's wise to it. Individuals are awakening for Team Solid. 10 for Destiny, 10 for GBB. Katowice, though, the monster of A, does start things off. And NQZ on the op as well drops Ale. 5 versus 3. Big U still in ladder, this time dropping onto the bricks. Is unable to find anything, but he does show presence.
Little bit of chip damage on the Misfit as Snow works around the smoke and ladder. The bomb rotating over towards Lux's anchor of B, but he is dropped by GBB. That's a very good start to try and bring this round back to Team Solid's favor. GBB was fantastic against Fluxo last night, picking up that pace again. B site open. A tepid hold from Bigazetta. The off is dropped, and now the A pop from Destiny works well, but Bigazetta still there, biding his own time. Catches Misfit off as he tries to plant it safely for apartments. Bigazetta clearing out the site, has to be careful of somebody working towards Van. Will now spot the head and finish the job. Destiny falls in the end, and paiN will escape with a 7-5 half into the break.
Close, I'm feeling, I hear the silence speaking, and every nerve vibrating. And in the clouds I'm bleeding, a silhouette of meaning into my lungs inhaling. Breathe in, breathe out, 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 breathe in, breathe out.
I'll keep your picture in my room, 'cause it gets me in the mood. You still live rent free in my head. You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind when I am not too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. You keep slipping away. I learned the hard way. But something's gotta stay. Don't let it go to waste. Do you remember all of the long nights warm in my bed? Nightfall to sunrise, that's what you said. You held me so tight each time again. I'll keep your picture in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind when I am up too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. Done with silly games. Don't leave me hanging on.
paiN do at least establish their advantage in the final round of the first half, but take a rather large stumble to allow Team Solid a very respectable 5-7 half by most metrics. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic, and Ale a straight press down middle alone. Spots 3 players here, and is lucky to escape with his life. paiN won't force the issue either. Know that there's likely 2 holding at longer distances. Those USPs will shine there, where the Glocks will struggle. So they double back towards T-spawn instead. We have 1 player walking under. That's Katowice. 4 T side players now grouping up A. It is a complete A site abandonment. Team Solid far more paranoid about a potential B play instead. This late play from Katowice is probably going to get called out by the player top cat.
Even if it does, though, the rotations are going to have to come through. The smoke's going to telegraph that it's going to be an A play. That's a brilliant shot from GBB on CT, though, on Ticket Booth. Ale chimes in with another one. Lux and QZ combine to trade him back. No bomb plant yet for the T's, but they can plant it out for a ramp spot. That's a very nice and open plant as they come through CT. NQZ's bailed out by Lux as GBB tried to tunnel vision onto the planter. Now Katowice is coming through as well. Lux adds another and a third from Bricks. Lux pops off. Katowice finally strikes. And paiN's pistol round sees their lead grow to 3. And we'll see if there's anything more to come here from this paiN Gaming T side. But that was a confident pistol round from paiN, and from Lux in particular. Great shots there to carry paiN over the line.
Very solid shot. I was wondering when Lux would begin to awaken. At a slow start, but that's because he is the B anchor, and we didn't see any B site takes in the half prior. Team Solid not going to do their best paiN impression. They're not going to buy him. Instead, it's going to be a walk down middle for the USPs. Mac 10 is overwhelmed, but Lux is here to shine once more. His AK nets 4 in this one. And 1 Mac 10 dropped is more than acceptable for the paiN Gaming round 2. 9-5. What will he go for? Will he drop the Mac 10? Oh, he'll buy his own AK instead. Full M4s, but no utility. And 2 players, or no kits, excuse me, not. There's plenty of utility. Perfect amount. Good enough. They're lacking kits, and they're lacking helmets on Ale and Misfit.
A lack of helmets, maybe something to keep an eye on. Mac 10's Galil in play. And that's one of those things which you have to really be aware of. Destiny trying to regain window control. Biguzetta boosted up and in. Wins that fight relatively clean as well. Only taking 1 shot. That is a clean duel won by the paiN in-game leader. And he slips into CT as well to cut off any rotations from Solid. Bomb seeming to go towards B. It's in apartments. 3 players there. Misfit will catch off Biguzetta, though. That's a bit of a timing that goes against Bigu, and that opens up a lot of space here for paiN. That's one of the or for Solid rather. That's one of the rifles down as well. Katowice has Ale down, but takes a lot of damage in that duel. GBB still on Cats, down to timing, and Lux will win that fight. Not the cleanest, but he'll still survive. And QZ swings Mac 10 spraying, leaving DRG, the last man standing alone on A. Bomb planted and ticking away for paiN. A 10th round all but secure. Just the final nail that's put in the coffin by Lux. And paiN moved to 3 away from Anubis. Were they 13-0 to Solid last night? And they'll look to try and close out this series quickly and easily and get ready for Fluxo.
I would give them quite the break as well. Next game isn't slated to start for, what, 3.5 hours?
As of right now, I believe you're right, yeah.
Yeah, so probably be, what, if they can 13-0 map 2, 3 hours? Be a little bit under.
2:45, I'd say.
Yeah. We're seeing some seldom used weapons in round 16. Half buy for Team Solid. They're trying to get crafty, get chaotic. That's where they really found success last half. They got a Nova shotgun for DRG close ramp, an MP9, and a couple pistols. NQZ drops DRG. No shotgun shenanigans going to occur here. Parasite found. Misfit can't connect the USP shots, and Ale is across the map. He's going for a quick flank, but that flank is anything but quick now. Didn't be long for the world given this corner hold from NQZ. He's going to walk Palace instead. Regardless of if he gets a kill or not, this is going to be an 11th. The question is, if he gets a kill, can he save the weapon?
He might just be giving this kill on to Katowice, who meets him up in Palace. Katowice wins the fight. And paid 11-5 now. Up on solid.
Not a round dropped yet on this T side.
And pretty confident as well that they're finally going to face a test.
Face a test. Again, no kit in play. Team Solid have looked rather flat on their rifle rounds. Misfit has his op. Where's he going to go with it? That's my biggest question. He's holding stairs at the moment. And spread out a little bit, but a clear lean towards B is the call. Underpass spots GBB for free. One of the heavy hitters of Solid removed early and without incident. Only one player left to defend the B site now. Ale, it's one. No rotations are coming through for support. Still alone on the site.
Man advantage for Solid. As paiN worked their way into B. Snow entering over. That smoke will fade, but Snow will not kill Ale. NQZ's fire and bullets will finish the job. NQZ spots the body, I believe. Lux will eliminate DRG in the meantime, leveling it out at a 2v2. NQZ does not fail on Destiny either, leaving it down to Lux against the op. The bomb has dropped, and so it's Misfits up. The leg shot enough. And Solid finally putting a round on the board on the CT side, the only problem being...
One survivor.
Exactly. One man left.
You really have to talk about the economic woes of the CT side or paiN, but we do have to talk about them now. Very difficult to maintain your economy when everything is so expensive. Molotovs are more expensive. Kits aren't a factor for the T side. FAMASs are what? $2,050? That's $250 more than the Galil. Everything costs a lot of money. With only one surviving, you really can't do much of anything. You can see the utility is hampered. They have two FAMASs. Again, there's a kit, at least. Everything else is leaving much to be desired.
Yeah, the kit is important. That op for Misfit, critical, as we saw in the last round. It's what won them the round. Destiny around that smoke. Will it favor him? No, it won't. Lux, jump spotting, drops him easy as GBB falls to Big Azetta. The flood of T's entering in towards this A site. We'll still have to deal with DRG and Cows. They'll know he's here now, but he's only good for one. Ale's attempt at salvaging something is met with a bullet to the brain, and Misfit will have to save here with paiN going up by 6. Getting 12 on the board and having map point into round number 19. And that's a great angle from Lux. That is... Wow.
Perfect.
Misfit saw his foot, maybe?
He was shot from B.
Okay.
Flank coming through. They don't want to let them say. They know the economy is bad.
I thought it was the shot from Ticket. That's why I was confused.
I think it was top of triple box. I don't think that shot came through. It was a
I
flank.
didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Misfit Scout, 3 FMOSs, an MP9, no kit, and next to no helmets. Not that that's an issue at this point. Lean towards B, and again, in fact, a near complete lean. One player playing passive middle, everybody else towards apartments. It's going to be a straight no-frills play. 2 players are here to defend, but one is an MP9. They don't have a lot of utility either. Still out to take at the choke point, and rotations will come through. GBB at first. Cow is burning alive as he drops into the Molotov. His timing not quite perfect. He has 5 HP left. He'll try to find something despite his low HP, but instead it's GBB to double down. The MP9 to chime in, and This choke point proves too meddlesome for paiN. Just the IGL of Big Uzera leading from the back on this flank. He's gotten one. 4 more to find and 32 HP. Not instill confidence. No bomb adds insult to injury. My only question is, does he save or does he try to do damage?
It looks like he's trying to save. I would say doing damage is probably worth more at this point. But could he realistically get anything done is the other question. What he has equipped is more than the value of his loss bonus, so I see that logic as well. No utility makes it harder. Yeah, I guess just save it. Nobody from Solid wants to hunt. And I think for paiN, no more B rushes.
Wasn't even a rush. They just slowed down right at the choke point.
Yeah, no more attempted B rushes. If you have that much of an advantage, I feel like a B scrim kind of it limits your ability. What makes you so much better? It kind of takes that all away and evens the playing field.
It does. Well, the 7 Team Solid stay alive. We get some much needed upgrades as well. 3 AKs op. 1 M4 stay in play and full utility. Far better investment coming into this one. paiN, enough money, easily reinvest as well. NQZ has his op, AK surrounding. And aggression down middle was the name of the game for Team Solid. They quickly shift gears back towards connector. No casualties, no real damage to be spoken of as of yet. An A lean for paiN, but still covering all their bases. 1 holding underpass / B. Lux top middle showing presence. Balanced default lean towards A.
And 1 already dropped. 2 now fallen for paiN. As 1 Palace and 1 ramp player, including the bomb. Now a 3rd as Snow gets met with the op, trying to recover the objective. Timeout, paiN. After this round, call a timeout. They're lost in the sauce. And they have to recover the plot. It's... the last couple of rounds have been disastrous for paiN. And,
yeah.
Okay, 1 kill back. Cool. Doesn't really matter.
Solid are finding their footing, and that's a concerning thing for paiN to worry about. Don't let it become too egregious. Next round, you should have an investment. So stop it there. Both players saving. Still a good amount of time to wait. 20 seconds left. Team Solid aren't forcing the issue either. They know they have to take it 1 round at a time. They want to keep their economy in a good spot so they don't have to make compromises going forward.
They'll be able to save here. So, they'll buy in again. Don't know if there will be an op for NQZ. And paiN will call a timeout here. A very veteran in-game leader in Big Uzera at this point. He's going to call that pause, talk this over, figure out why this isn't working. And it really was not working.
No, it wasn't.
What's the game plan now? You have the op and utility for NQZ, which leads me to believe unless he drops it over, he's going to be supportive opping early on. Snow only has the smoke. Snow also only has 3 kills.
He does. He's been bullied quite a bit on Catwalk, missed some opportunities. That was on the first half. Second half, and this is his typical role, is to be supportive. I'm surprised we aren't seeing more utility dropped to him. He did get a smoke drop for himself.
Well, he actually used one and then picked it up from Bigu.
Yep. NQZ is the one that started off winning the Opera's duel. I believe that was towards middle. Big first to find. The walk through underpass for 3 and a top mid hold for 2 on the paiN side. smoke top calm, but bomb is very far removed. It's in Tiaps, and if Ale wants to force the issue here, if he wants to go for this flank, might just find the bomb. GBB, window, looking for this boost up, doesn't quite spot it. Will he expect it? He spams through the smoke. His spam won't be met in return. Aid for the smoke, GBB. No, it's DRG instead to find one, but do they expect this second? Kawes cowering in the corner. Ale next at bat in apartments fares no better, and Kawes was unexpected. He finds one, secures a two-man advantage. GBB trying to defend this B site. Gets one, but a good trade and good spacing from Lux ensures that the two-man advantage remains. Leaving just Destiny. He's had an okay map thus far, but NQZ is simply holding from a better angle. He secures the kill, and it is a victory for paiN. A rather difficult, long-winded one, but a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a lot shakier than it probably should have been for paiN, especially considering they just recently took out Red Canids 13-3 on this map. But overall for paiN, will it be a 13-0 again? Probably not, but I would say a 13-5 would probably be the highest scoreline paiN would be accepting at this point. If it was anything more, anything closer, I think paiN would become very worried about this and have to really have some introspection about their game and about how they're playing this qualifier. But as it stands right now, we can put away the possibilities and get into the actualities and see what exactly is going to happen here. Solid on the T side, paiN on the CT side, mid presence, not denied just yet. NQZ tapping away, but it's Snow who gets one. NQZ with two. Lux will come through to help out. No casualties yet, and none will happen for paiN, as Big Ozetta will chime in with one more to wrap up the round. A succinct pistol that will start off well for paiN on their map pick.
The definition of quick. Straight down middle, a straight fight at the choke point, and an immediate win for paiN. What is their investment? 3 M4s, a FAMAS, and an MP9. Team Solid getting nothing, not even a kill in the round prior. Going to go for a full save. Ensure they have the most money possible for round number 3. Full Glocks. Kawes on the SMGs, looking keen on finding a victory, but Destiny dinks him into oblivion. Kawes trying to farm some money to go forward with, is instead caught early. Kawes going to be redeemed by his teammates. Lux gets 2. The M4, a deadly one-tap machine at this point of the game. Sprays away the third. The player in the corner is caught by the nade of Snow, and Ale lurking out. Teammate found a good timing, but the lack of firepower simply does not allow him to find anything. Kawes falls, but that's all Solid find in round 2.
That's just the SMG as well. So an overall good result for paiN Gaming. If you're going to have a casualty, you might as well lose the one gun that's the easiest to reinvest into, and the one gun that you don't necessarily need to take into the next round. For paiN, now they actually face a test. They'll have full rifles, and so will Solid, although their utility a little bit lacking. Only one smoke left at this stage. A few Molotovs, 3 to be exact, is nice. An incendiary from Snow to keep Team Solid at base. It's a 4-1 lean towards the B side. Now a 4-0 lead as GBB is found out by Big Ozetta. The flash is coming through. The Molotov's raining in. Snow finally falls over on flat as Lux swings out from E-Box to drop Ale. A counter flash from Big Ozetta enabling him to peek back in. NQZ has a gap in that smoke, but nobody's crossing in front of it. Lux gets pushed, and he will at least take down 2.5 of another before hitting the deck. 3 versus 2 to favor paiN, but not for long. With shots like that connecting, if they do from DRG, they won't yet. And a Molotov to isolate E-Box forces DRG out into B main itself. They have an idea where Destiny is as well. Huddled on plat, but they don't clear it out properly. Destiny has a huge opportunity now to lock this all down. 1 Temple, 1 from CT side, and paiN are taking their sweet time. Destiny's got another, and DRG, the last onto Big Ozetta's position, was known. First gun round goes the way of Solid. It's a little tenuous at the end, but a great 2vx.
Great hold from Destiny around the pillar. Lucky to find the first. The second one was expertly played as well, dancing around, not giving anybody an easy shot. Actually peeking with confidence to find the penultimate kill of the round. Team Solid You have to make compromises because only a pair of players survived. Misfit on a Mach 10, but that is a moot point because paiN are on a save for the most part. 4 USPs, 1 flash, and 1 hero rifle for the IGL of Big Uzera. Gonna play on A, and for the time being, it's the right call. Gonna get boosted up around the pillar. He expected. Looks like he will, but he'll still win the first. Molotov will compel his teammate forward. He's starting to support as best he can at range, but he's been tagged quite low. Swing comes from the USP, and Big Uzera is caught by the spreading Molotov. NQZ on the pistol simply doesn't have the stopping power required. So now it's just a pair of pistols versus 4. That rifle's not recoverable. They're both outside heaven at this point, playing for exits and playing for damage.
One more kill would be nice for paiN, but it's not very likely, and they're running away, not even going to contest this, so it's not going to happen this round. But here's the thing. Right now for paiN, they've let Team Solid tie it up. A map which paiN won yesterday, 13-0. 1 extra kill is not bad. 2 kills on USPs is a decent result. But to go back to the other point, if you let an underdog stick around long enough, they will bite you and they will burn you. I've had coaches tell me both sides of the coin. Being the favorite, don't let them hang around. They will find a way to win. As the underdog, hang around long enough, you'll find a way to win. More times than not, if you let the underdog hang around, they will find a way to win. paiN need to keep the lead, and they need to grow it and fast, or Solid are going to become even more confident. We saw them bring it close on Mirage, but now it's the boogeyman of a map. If Solid keep it close here early, paiN are not going to be able to win.
Oh, and the spam. It's just Big U trying to get funky with the SMG.
Oh,
the
no.
nade finishes off Lux, and Ale catches Snow on the back of sight. That's the round done. 3 kills that go completely unanswered. Just a bit of chip damage to misfitting GBB is all paiN Gaming can find. As you can tell, Destiny's already reading this exactly. Quickly flanking around towards A. He knows that paiN won't attempt this round. Now with NQZ on the op. And so this is a ripe opportunity to go for the hunt. G walking up. First off to challenge NQZ. Didn't win this duel. Especially not with the swing he chose to take. All 4, or 3 of the 4 I should say, are now coming from CT spawn. Doubtless heard by Katowice. Does he peek his head over? Yes, he does, and that's to his undoing. NQZ won't be hunted down. He has enough time to survive in that little cave. Only one surviving of the 2 possible. With the economy in a bad way as it is. paiN need to play around this off. They need to pass it back and forth as each player dies. Because it's their only chance in this round.
The op shoots once, finds nothing. Snow eats a nade, and so does NQZ down below half. That is brilliant counter utility from Solid, and they'll force the op into the open. It gets nothing at all. The one hope dashed for the P250 around the corner might actually add up to more. Lots of damage, but no kills for paiN Gaming bar the one. Katowice, a long-term duel with Destiny. He will lose out to Fate in the end, and Destiny will grab a second as well. 4 in a row for Solid as they continue to put on the pressure. Misfit has that op. NQZ has another. Katowice, a goose egg in the kill department after such a strong performance in the previous map. And for paiN, this technical pause is a godsend to slow down the growing momentum of Solid and try to recollect mentally.
Yes, it is. Now, Boggs, there is one difference between the head-to-head yesterday and today that we neglected to mention. That is the fact that this was Team Solid's pick yesterday. covered that. We didn't cover the fact that paiN did start on the offense. They started on the T side, which makes sense. Everybody knows this map is T-sided, especially for these two teams. So you would expect paiN to have a slower start on the CT side, but this slow of a start, I was not anticipating. They still have a respectable CT side record. I believe it's just sub 50. Let me double check. Yep, 48.9. Again, as you mentioned, against international top tier 1 opponents. I would have thought maybe a smoother ride in the early goings of the first half, but not the case. Tech pause canceled. Full buy for both teams. NQZ lacking utility, though. And NQZ, he's gotten kills, but he hasn't looked too inspiring on the op.
Yeah, I would say his riflery has been far superior to his opping. Misfit, rather, has had more flashy op plays and has not had the same impact on the rifle. I like his angle. It's a good idea, and he'll probably land the first if he does get peeked there. He's very good at landing those first shots. I like this idea from paiN to get a little more utility aggressive. The problem is, there's a $1:13 on the clock, and they only have one Molotov and one smoke left.
Not a lot left for the CT side, but they do have flashes to go for peeks at these choke points. Iggy's there flashed in. First security. That's got combined fire with a teammate as well. They spot the second. Don't get the kill. In fact, Katowice falls. NQZ catches one towards the exit sign. They're now stuck with two angles to worry about. Big Uzera trying to rotate around to catch the player exit. Ale walking through. Belabored spray, so much damage, but Ale is the one to come out on top. Now NQZ has a lot to do on the site, and with too many angles, he's frazzled and caught out after missing a shot. Advantage wrestled away from paiN as the bomb hits dirt. Lux and Snow, however, still strong potential opportunity to go for the retake, but without the utility, they think better of it. Doubling back, gonna save their M4s for later. Let's look for exits. A fifth on the board for Team Solid. And a hefty economy behind them now. Things are looking a little bit worse for wear for paiN Gaming. As we mentioned, worse on the CT than the T by a significant margin, but 2 is not enough.
Terrorists win.
2 is definitely not enough. And if you're a Solid fan right now, you're thinking 2 is all they get. 2 is all they get. But 2 is definitely not enough. It is almost disastrous at this stage. 5 rounds in a row lost for paiN, with hardly resistance put up in these last few rounds either. Solid's T-set is overwhelming the paiN defense, which now has to work with 3 MP9s, the AK and the M4 saved. You're going to have to presumably go aggressive with the MP9s to make them work in an efficient way.
Do an A main. That's what you asked about. Ale, though, lurking out B. Through his smoke, catches one E-box, catches the second sight. That was both rifles.
Mm-hmm.
Not for nothing.
75 damage combined.
A simple walk through a smoke. Hunt is on. Destiny finds one of the SMGs. paiN. This was a half buy. But they need a timeout going into the next. No doubt at this point. They're down by 4. 6 already guaranteed for Team Solid. Talk this out because that right there was an inexcusable loss of the round by a walk through smoke.
Oh, yeah. It's a disastrous loss. And that's almost a summation of how paiN have been losing these rounds, Nate. It's been rough. It's been so rough for paiN. And they're just getting overwhelmed. They're just getting peeked in, losing aim duels. And it's like what we saw in Mirage, but multiplied and amplified.
Yep. Now, there's one saving grace here. Big Uzera got those 2 MP9 kills. That means he can drop an op with the loss bonus. Gives NQZ his best opportunity. But that glaring issue that you pointed out a couple rounds prior, Katowice on 0 kills when he was one of the heavy hitters in the first map, he needs to be activated.
He needs to be activated. He needs to get started. And there's his first. You called upon him, Nate. He's answered for 1. Still alive, able to reload. More utility raining in on towards the A site. Chaos on the site, but Katowice reigns supreme with 3. Still alive, as Snow is the one to fall. GBB traded by Big Uzera. And Misfit looking at his 6. Watching his backside. Expecting a flank which will not come. But paiN needed Katowice to show up. And he delivered with a hat trick. And a 3rd round for paiN as well to stem the bleeding and try and close this gap. If you're paiN, you're looking for a 6-6 scoreline. A 7-5 would, I think, be a good result considering what it sits at now. But you're paiN Gaming. You should be vying for that 6-all. But you definitely need more performances like that from Katowice and the rest of the squad.
Yes, you do. Going in, you should hear the sound cues there. This fish is trying to save, but he's so paranoid about this flank, he doesn't want to walk away because there's so many angles to worry about. He finally decides to do so. He should be allowed to survive as well. paiN Gaming, their goal right now is to win the round and also keep as many players as alive as possible. Build up a CT bank, because this is far from over. Solid have built up a bank of their own, and they have plenty of coin in the coffer to afford more than a couple investments in spite of loss.
Can paiN keep up the pressure? That is the big question right now. Can paiN continue to squeeze Solid for the last few rounds of this half, or if Solid can get a dominant scoreline going into the second half, pistol round becomes so important. Smoke blows up. No peek from NQZ. Shot doesn't connect for Misfit. Just a little shot across the bow, letting him know it's there. But I'm still worried for paiN. On the CT half at any rate. I haven't seen their T side yet, so I don't know what to expect today. Because today is a different day than yesterday. And which paiN Gaming are we going to see?
Good question. Oh, that nade. Lux walks right into it. Doesn't want to be in the front of the smoke as it fades. Few rounds in a row would go a long way to paiN's economy. A lot of doing this round. Less than a minute left, and no real decisions have been made by Solid.
Yeah, they're falling into something we saw them do against Fluxo yesterday, where they would just kind of mill about and do nothing until about 20 seconds.
B-split is clearly the name of the game at this point. 2 towards Canal, 2 towards B-main with the bomb. I believe 1 now lurked up middle. GBB will be flashed in to start this off. Lux is blind. He'll get away. He has the information. GBB falls. Big one. Big first for Lux to find. He could get the second as well into Destiny. Misfit lurking up middle finds 1 Destiny a second. Snow offers some resistance, but only a little bit. It's on Big Uzera now to defend the site. DRG swings. DRG wins that duel, and that should be the bomb plant as well. NQZ in the 1v2, but with an unwieldy op, does he go for it? He'll test the waters. He'll wait to see if an opening is presented, but if one isn't in the next 10 to 15, he'll probably be forced to go for the save.
He's spotted. He knows where 1 is. He seems content to go for this quick shot onto the first, but he takes a dink. Jumps around for more, needs to land the shot. Misfit! Catches NQZ jumping around with a knife as time began to become a problem. And Solid, 7-3 now. On the T side of Anubis. I'm not going to say a red carpet to an 8th, as NQZ will get an op again from paiN. They'll buy around this. But if Solid do get an 8th, a 9-3 is all but secured. And to harken back to what you said, is 2 enough? Is 3 enough? I would answer the same way I did at 2 and say no.
A lot of pressure on the pistol. When you realize that paiN got the first and the second from the pistol in the save round, really paints a dismal picture for the CT side. NQZ flanking up middle. They're watching for him, though, and he loses the Opera's duel in the weirdest fashion I've ever seen on this map. Pushing mid alone with the op and caught outside B main at a minute 20 in the round.
Yeah, that is one of the plays of all time.
If you have a rifle, it's a great idea.
Yeah, with an op, it becomes a completely questionable play, but Katowice has met Destiny and eliminated him on entry into the A site. Another trying to work his way in is GBB. Katowice had a flash out in hand, though. Wide open peek for that. At least he'll evade the nade, which will keep him alive for now. Utility raining in. Big Uzetta finishes off DRG. Counter flash is coming through from Solid to take the site now. Katowice smoked off in heaven. Will back away as Big Uzetta doubles up. Misfit falls as well. 2 big kills from the captain as Lux and Snow begin to work through camera. Katowice still holding up towards heaven, being a nuisance. But he backs very far away, giving GBB all the space, distracting GBB from the push coming in from camera. Good little communication and team play there from paiN as they clear out Ale last towards main. And paiN will grab 4 at the very least. Will we see 5 for the favorites here on the CT side, though? The money is going to be there in spades for Team Solid. But for paiN, they only lost 1, so their buy is going to be pretty strong.
Would be fairly solid.
Pun intended.
Yep. Wasn't at first, but I'll take credit.
Yeah, you planned it. Don't lie to the people at home.
Solid. Have an op rival NQZ. Both the operas have upgraded pistols. This is pretty much as fair as it could get. Even as it could get. And to be lean for Team Solid in the final round of the first half. 2 at the main, 2 in canals, and 1 I think going late in main. First kill secured through the smoke of Epox, and Misfit on the up finds another Snow. Overwhelmed, not expecting that when he's alone on the site. And another collapse from paiN. 2 versus 5, they have to attempt it. It's the last round of the first half, but with Katowice dying in A main, leaves just the up of NQZ, and he's clearly flustered, missing a first shot that he normally doesn't. 1 versus 5, tagged to the wall, and found by GBB. 8-4 dominance for Team Solid as we hit the halftime break.
Rhythm and blues, you're the headlines in the morning news. I carry you wherever I go. wherever I go.
We're back in, and Solid are definitely back in this series. 8 rounds on their T side of Anubis, trying to take the map pick of paiN and bring it to another third. It's Boggs and Pineapple Phillips with you for these two South American matchups. Fluxo waiting in the grand final to try and qualify for ESL Challenger Katowice. And Nate, double dual Beretta raid bosses for Solid. No kit for the CT side. No P250 for the T side, and an awful lot of util. 3 players holding on to pieces of utility for paiN, and they have 2 smokes, 4 flashbangs. Big Zeta's bought
sets.
nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, Big U has dropped the smoke. So he should have bought Kevlar.
Unless he's saving for op, which would be weird.
No, we don't do that anymore. That's not something you do. This is an oversight that could come to bite them. All 5 in B main. GBB is the one at bat with the dualies. He either gets 5 or gets none. Swinging out, he'll find the first, not the second. Okay, splits the goalpost on what I expected. Misfit next to bat and E-Box. Nice shot on the first. Falling back, can't quite get the second. The stairs prove too meddlesome. 3 versus 3. Smoke's now guising the site for a bomb plant. ERG, though, walking up canals, is looking ready to take the fight with the dualies. NQZ takes Destiny. DRG does good damage, but no outright kill. Ale pushed. He had no armor either. NQZ is the one to do him in. I would say a needed pistol round for paiN to shift the momentum back into their favor, given the disappointing first half.
Yeah, and also to keep them within striking distance as well and keep Solid away from edging closer towards that 13th round. Pistol round had a lot of importance, and paiN will win it. Solid will not go for a force buy from the looks of it either, so paiN should draw within 2. Getting 6 here would be good. Try and bring this back. Mac 10, Galils, and AK pairs rounding out the buy for paiN. An okay amount of utility, but relatively light across the board. Lux and Snow have a lot, but nobody else really has a significant amount. The exit out towards B main. Katowice sprays away for 2. Almost eliminates DRG as well, but that will be a gun which will be watched for by Big Zeta as the rest of the squad moves in towards A. No rotations drawn by that contact either. And NQZ will get 1, Snow the next. DRG trying to recover the Galil, unsuccessful, finds death. And there's that second on the board for paiN. But the first real test again of this half, the one that they failed in the first half, the gun round coming up now. No op for Misfit or for NQZ. The Mac 10 still available for Snow. But a gun round, not that's going to break paiN's map, but if they lose it, will put them in a rough spot moving forward.
It will. That second round of this half, eerily similar to the second round of last. Only 1 player falling on paiN. It's Katowice. I'm interested to see how it's played. Lux, though, is the one making its first contact out of A main. Lots of damage done. He found the first tag, the second. That nade do a lot more as well. No, not quite enough. He's trying to just distract and sow chaos, spamming with the Glock. While his teammates make moves elsewhere. Big U getting mid control. There are 2 coming temple. Let's be ready for this shot. Swing comes through. The spam is so good. Big Uzera tags one down to 18. Spots another. Does he know there's 2 here? Now he does. He finishes off the first. 2-man advantage secured now, and Katowice is well poised in middle. Flash in. He spots DRG. Awkward duel for this A1S, but it is against a Galil. Doesn't matter. 1 for Lux, 1 for Katowice, and Ale, the last alive on B, might have 1, should have 1 onto Lux. Staring at him. He actually wants 2. He's greedy. He knows the bomb's coming. This is an opportunity. Here's the steps, but pulls the trigger too early. Once the second, can't quite get it. NQZ wins the duel there. Near flawless for paiN as they draw this game to within 1. And now Team Solid are the team that should be feeling a little bit flustered and a little bit on the back foot. Because things are quickly falling out of their favor.
Yeah, Solid are starting to flounder. And the thing is, they got overwhelmed. Mirage T-side was a little rough for Solid. And for paiN. paiN are really starting to exude the pressure now. Dominating aggressively. Solid are going to try to do the very same, and that flash will actually yield 1 kill. Can't quite get past Snow, but he'll go down 2 for 1. Trade out of A main is a very good result. The bomb is not at the feet of paiN yet either. Big Uzetta having to run all the way back towards Rugs to be able to gather that in. As Lux will try to hold out any E-box pressure. Just a little bit of chip damage onto GBB, who will take him down after Ale falls. Still has that rifle. GBB, Bigu crossing, fighting for the bomb and for the life in the round. Eliminating DRG with a headshot, leaving it all down to the one they know is in Canals. GBB. Does he take a ferry out? He will. He'll go towards A itself. And now that I think he's just going to save here. There's no real chance for a retake, no kit. He's too far removed. He might go for it, but odds are no. He'll just save and play exits maybe. As paiN should be able to tie this up at 8, but a very scary round, especially as they lost 2 players to pistols very early on.
It's a scary round. Probably the most expensive one yet. Closest one yet, which is all the more surprising because it was that half buy. GBB, gonna go for exits, but it would be good to save this. The body armor is good. Probably doesn't even need to buy a helmet given the riflery of paiN Gaming. We'll save a rifle as well, and that means he can probably drop an op with the loss bonus. Big Uzera, though, seems to know exactly what his player is. He spots the shoulder, he gets the kill. Must have spotted him shouldering towards long. And so everything I said about that save is now a moot point. Tied ball game 8 apiece. Misfit will be able to buy an op of his own. And get good utility as well, so maybe that wasn't as big of a concern as I thought. But no AK, no one-shot headshot possible for Team Solid now.
At least for Solid, they don't have to worry about having helmets of their own. It's AKs and an op across the board for paiN. You know, ooh, there's a nice start by NQC onto GBB, the heaviest hitter for Solid in this map. And something to get NQC going with the op as well was a good thing. But to go back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by a nice op kill, was remember that Anubis game we were watching in NA about a month ago, Nate, where we were like, oh yeah, it doesn't have the helmet, probably won't matter. Came down to a 1 HP, 180 headshot flick.
I
to
do.
lose the round.
Blue. Lots of fights in towards Canal. Back to this actual game, not the past. 2 versus 3 for Misfit and Ale. Both towards CT spawn. Uzera probably heard that rotation as well from Ale. Bomb has been planted. Bomb plant in B. Both are here, but they aren't moving. Looks like exits again is the name of the game. Yes, it is. Confirmed by Misfit's abandonment of long. Both heading towards A heaven. Uzera seems to be wise to it as well, already beginning his hunt. Makes sense at this point for paiN to try and drop everybody possible. He and Katowice will both have a chance to do so. Tested quick. Good damage, but not the kill. These players are far enough away now that Katowice should not be an issue. Katowice might find the op. No. Both missed their mark. paiN Gaming wrestle away the lead. I don't think they've had since they ended round 4 of the first half.
Yeah, round 4.
This is a far more critical juncture for them.
This is where it's essentially make or break for Solid. paiN can get up to 11 here off of a victory. That's 2 rounds away from putting this one to bed. little bit of utility going into B. Nothing significant. Misfit avoiding the flames on the pool, which maybe we use Greek Fire in Counter-Strike. I'm not sure. His head shows, though, and Lux will deal with that quite easily. Lux looking for more around that smoke will end up backing away, going for a little bit of probing and prodding, but not wanting to commit towards a site take just yet. NQZ out in middle. DRG dead to rights. Now a double man advantage here for paiN with 50 seconds to go. And the bomb in flux. Big Uzeta, a mid pick onto Ale this time. And now a wide open A site. The bomb's going to make its run through in the back of Kawes. And that should just about signal the end of round 18 here. And we should see another one for paiN, 10 on the board. And Solid just trying to save again. But at some point, the timeout needs to come through. Rounds need to be won. An op for Misfit will be picked up here, though, unless it's stopped by Snow.
paiN. Like yesterday, flawless thus far on the T side. Op dropped by Snow. Both dropped by Snow. That means no weapons saved and a likely half buy instead of the full buy for round number 19 of Team Solid. I say that, but Destiny does go for the investment very quickly, impulsively, I dare say.
You could say impulsively, although you can sell in this day and age of Counter-Strike. They're all going to go in. DRG and Destiny M4s. It's a heavy half buy. It's almost like a three-quarter buy.
This fit has enough for the op, though.
Everyone else will be light on util. That's the only problem. Ooh!
Good start for the
night,
upper.
Bigu.
Yeah. Eagle finds one unanswered. DRG spots one B main, but he's spotted also in kind. The issue is he's winning the aim duel, at least for the moment. It's a second secured and going unanswered. Finally, the individual is being picked off alone by Team Solid. Not a moment too soon either. NQZ finds an inroad, but even that dream is short-lived. DRG immediately trades with Lux. NQZ does away with the op, picks up an AK instead. Now they'll have to play it together. 2 versus 4 for Snow and NQZ. It appears E-Box is the name of the game as well. 2 players are here. They can entry in and find them both. That would give them a way back into the round and give them the advantage. They're slowly being pressed in upon from both sides. 2 in E-Box, 2 in A main. They need to make their play quickly.
Oh, they're starting to move their way quickly in towards the B side, but not quick enough. The bomb dropped. NQZ falling as Ale's MP9 cuts him down. Snow gets the bomb down, but it's time to clutch up here for him. One dual isolated, the second spotted as well. Snow, 6 rounds in the magazine. Molotov onto his position. Destiny swings, but Snow hits the headshot and is able to come up with a massive round for paiN to stymie Solid's chances of coming back into this one. Misfit goes back in with an op. The M4 is coming around again, but Snow stands tall. A huge round from a more supportive player. And Solid down by 3, 2 rounds away from elimination in this qualifier. Their last-ditch buy forthcoming. 1 kit for DRG. Utility is solid, but it's not ideal.
Their best chance at a round in the second half, and it's taken away from them, ripped away from them by the supporting player, Snow. Good 1v2 from him on the plat of B. Mentioned this last real chance on the investment. Looks like a straight B split is on the cards for paiN. They're not really going for any defaults or any mid-round plays. Out they'll come. 3 in E-Box. Bottom GGB is good. He'll line up 2 before Lux is not blinded. But DRG does get the trade. No! Lux finds a second somehow against all odds. Almost a third. The player burning alive. Destiny down to 17. And Katowice catches the flank. It's a chaotic round, but one that now ends in even footing. 2 versus 2. The off, does he expect the player? Main? No, he does not. Good trade from Big Uzera, but he's now low on HP, much like Destiny, who finds himself in a 1 versus 1. Big Uzera, he's going to race around towards A, but Destiny's also going for a very quick rotation through B main to mid. Actually, Big Uzera's swapped weapons. He's on an op. This is going to hurt him more than it helps. This player's on low HP. I'm doubtless that he does not have that information. I know he does not have that information. So he's playing as if Destiny's on full.
Mm-hmm. Granted, Destiny also doesn't know Biggie's at 28.
Well, he has to know he's low after that engagement. His teammate definitely made the call 50 plus. All on timing. Destiny's hiding heaven. 10 seconds left. Biggie has to make the play. And in fact, Destiny goes for the peek to figure out if he needs to rotate or not. Timing gives Solid their first round of the second half. With only one surviving, their economy is going to be hindered. paiN gaming, though, as well. Relatively low on money, given how difficult the last couple rounds have been.
Yeah, timeout used by Solid, too. They don't feel confident in the manner of which they won that last round, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't feel confident in that either. I think that's a good timeout to take. Their buy's not ideal either with the 2 MP9s. Ale, though. Going for a FAMAS and a Molotov. Okay. They want a little more firepower. That's... I see where they're coming from. That's an awful big risk, though, because utility's so important on this map. But the firepower difference, is the FAMAS that much better than the MP9 is the other question I have. Where is Ale playing? A, aggressive? Maybe for a canal fight, but GBP's all the way down and deep and backstabbed by Big Uzetta, walking up middle, uncontested. And now Ale has to retreat. His FAMAS running back to site with an M4 behind it. Solid in an awkward spot. Low on util now. No flashes left. 1 Molotov left. Destiny at the very least finishing off Big Uzetta, but he's shredded instantly by Kao as DRG in the meantime met by Lux, Misfit, and Ale. Last 2 standing for Team Solid.
Looks like they have to go for this, otherwise it's going to be 9-12.
They have to.
They have to.
But if they lose... Oh, no.
That is a big duel to lose. Misfit felt favored in that one. But worried about the player's sight instead. He's caught looking. Ale's going to try to save, but at this point, will it really do anything in the next round? Doesn't seem likely. Especially not if all he saves is the FAMAS.
Yeah. The FAMAS that I was wondering about coming into the round. What is up with this FAMAS over the MP9? Is it worth it? In the end, we don't get an answer. Because it's gone. Removed from the next round. It fires no bullets. And paiN, 1 away from a matchup against Fluxo. And 2 maps away thereby from a spot at ESL Challenger Katowice. 2 FAMASes, 4 Solid, 3 MP9s across the board against the full investment of paiN. Solid, backs against the wall. There is no way out but through. And utility early being used towards B. No kills yet. And A side actually abandoned by Solid. It may get revealed as they do have a lurk in snow for paiN. Although they seem very headstrong on this B take. Flanks coming in fast. It's been heard too, I think. Bombs going back. It's down for 1. There's the op of NQZ. But the chaos is about to ensue. In towards E-Box. Lux goes down for nothing. But NQZ, another big op shot, opening up a window of opportunity towards the A site. Snow is discovered is open and free. Big Uzetta is going to be heard, but he will bypass the window and not fall.
Aggressive rotation to take. NQZ, not long for the world with the dualies in hand, caught by the FAMAS of Destiny. So Team Solid will attempt this retake up a man. They have a very quick flank in A main. Snow has a flank of his own, totally unexpected. He'll find nothing yet. Destiny pulls at the FAMAS in the nick of time. I guess it makes sense. If Big U's there is going for that aggressive rotation, they should know that somebody's through A. It's still a very heads-up play for the Famas. Leaves Big U in a 1v3. Spots the first, spots the second. Can't get the second, though. ERG gets the trade. And Solid stay alive with a 10th round on the board. With only 2 surviving, again, their economy is going to be hamstrung. They're going to have to make concessions and compromises. ERG could drop an op, but I don't think that's likely. See what the CT side goes for, and if they can counter the likes of NQZ with a lack of sniper rifle.
Yeah, NQZ did really well in that last round, but it didn't end up amounting to enough. The aggressive, fast, and quite reckless play from Solid worked out well for them, but that's kind of what was working for them on Mirage as well. Reckless, haphazard, throw everything against paiN. What's the worst that can happen? Solid is playing with house money, and they're just trying to do what they can to stay alive, and if they can topple paiN again, cool. If not, they already beat them once. They made it into the final day of this qualifier, taking out paiN Gaming, which, did anyone expect them to? No. They've kept it close here in the second series, too. But that's not Solid's objective. Their objective is to win. And they don't care how they win. They just want to win.
Yes, they do. Lackluster utility for Team Solid. And again, no op as I mentioned. Kawa's compromised Galil. Lots of players in middle for the CT side this time around. 3 here. There's a lot of potential control of the extremities to paiN, but they aren't really going for that. Walk middle is the call. It's going to be duels early. Big U wins the first. Player up close spam through the wall. It's back and forth, and NQZ wins it. Misfit finds Big U in the meanwhile, but advantage is secured. Kawa's on low HP because of that nade, though. Lux, get control of A. Misfit will try to rotate Heaven and stop this, but I think his steps are heard. He's held for. Missed opportunity by Lux. Just falls away. NQZ's op has been so good. He finds another. An exit sign. Kawas finally falls, but Misfit can't do more than one. It's just GBB. Heaven one found. Lux in the off angle. Not expected on the second. It wasn't clean at the end. It was far more back and forth, far more scrappy. But paiN do sweep the series cleanly. 13-8 on Mirage, 13-10 on Anubis.
Yeah, not clean, but they got the job done. It wasn't ideal for paiN, but now they go on to face more familiar competition, more structured and